Hello everybody, I am the Captain here and welcome to another The Captain Plays Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 The Sith Lords. Now, where we left off, we are just about to exit the mining tunnels because it's going to get really hot really fast over here. So let's do that right now. Through the turbo lifts, through the turbo lifts and into the fuel depot. Let's go. Okay, so there's a dead body here. Oh, this is the maintenance officer. He's dead. Yep, he did.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
Sometimes the camera angles in this thing. How do you know me? I'm not your master.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Okay, who was your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
Okay, what happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Why don't you tell me anyway? Oh, never mind. For a droid, you don't take orders too well. Now tell me what happened.
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
Okay. How come I don't remember any of this?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Incapacitated?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
Drugged? What do you mean by drugged? Oh wait, maybe you should explain this stupor part.
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
Okay, care to explain how I was locked in the cargo hold? Oh no, so I wasn't sealed in the cargo hold, somebody locked me in. We're picking up points on what he said.
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
I know who you are and know your vocabulary is not malfunctioning. You're a HK unit and you were the one that sent to kill me. Ah! Sorry, spoilers. Okay, fine. What happened? Okay, but what did I? But how did I get the How did I get from the Harbinger to here?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Okay. I'll try to keep my commentary spoiler free for you guys. So, any idea what had attacked that small freighter? Okay. Try and pick my choice here. Why would they take me aboard?
Explanation? I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger, and robbed me of my bounty.
Rob your bounty? Bounty? What do you mean by bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this ebon hawk caused me considerable distress.
And the Ebon Hawk came here? Wait, no, but why would that ship take me off the Harbinger?
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
Okay. How so?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
How did they find out I was a Jedi?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
Unpleasantness? Okay. That information wouldn't have been in core world databases, only in Jedi archives.
Indignant exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and relay it to any interested parties in the interests of terminating any potential hostiles.
Potential hostiles?
Quick clarification. Apparently my vocabulator has suffered some damage, Master. I meant terminating any potential hostilities.
I see. Go on.
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Then what happened?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
So what happened to the rest of the miners?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough? What do you mean?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Okay. Are you responsible for all this?
Defensive answer. Master, I am a protocol droid, not a well-crafted assassination droid of unrivaled sophistication. To have carried out the actions that took place here would have required an unusual set of skills. It is highly unlikely I possess the knowledge of how to reprogram the memory cores of base worker-class droids into killing machines, let alone to terminate the organics at this facility, utilizing only Aerotech 500 series laser mining drills and explosives fashioned from proton missile cores.
I think you're responsible.
Admission. I cannot and will not attempt to change your mind, Master. I would urge you to consider that your Kolto tank treatments may have caused some disorientation.
Okay. Do you know who administered sedatives into the colder tanks in the medical bay, killing the incapacitated miners?
Conjecture. The administration of a large dose of sedatives over a short period of time would likely prove fatal to miners, although not to a Jedi. For a Jedi, it would simply render them unconscious for ease of transport. Quite inventive.
Inventive? Is that pride I hear in your voice?
Answer. I was merely commenting on the idea itself, Master, not the execution of the idea. Though that, too, was inventive. Besides, Master, those miners intended to murder you, or worse. Any complaints they would have at being murdered would be the highest form of hypocrisy.
I had some more questions for you. This is gonna be wild, so.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Okay. What are you?
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
Veiled threats?
Clarification. Oh, yes, Master. Sometimes the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities requires the use of every weapon in one's verbal arsenal. The unspoken threat of violence to a listener's loved ones, or if possible, their entire planet, can effectively break the deadlock in the most stubborn of negotiations.
Okay. What's a translation droid doing on Paragus?
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
Okay, what have you determined?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Paragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
I never said you were coming with me.
Placating retraction. Oh, of course, Master. Please excuse my choice of words. I did not mean to imply that you would have no choice in the matter.
I have some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Okay, have you seen the T3 unit around there?
Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
Okay, this unit was last seen near the hangar.
Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Then maybe you can answer something else with me.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Okay, I'm looking for a way into the Paragus hangar bay.
Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it.
Then how did the T3 unit get through it?
Clarifying query. Did the T3 unit go through the door? I regret ignorance of that fact, Master. Although the door could have been opened from the opposite side without much difficulty, a flaw in the emergency lockdown procedure, which the automated systems have most likely corrected.
What about override codes?
Answer. Only the Paragus administration officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives.
Okay. Is it possible to contact him using a comlink?
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
Satisfaction?
Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master. It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives.
We don't know what happened to them, so we need to find out.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
Okay, those miners could be hurt or in danger. We need to make sure they're alright. So, this is a light and dark side choice. So, the second one is I only want the codes those miners have. When I have those codes, I'll dispose of them and leave this route. That's dark side. So, light side.
Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Okay. I'm gonna find those miners and you're gonna help me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Alright, how do I get the code to the airlock?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
I'll be the judge of that.
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printed.
Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
But you do know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
Leave condescending out of your speech conditionals from now on or else.
Placating answer. Oh, of course, Master. I shall endeavor not to forget such descriptors in the future. If I do, I assure you it is merely a result of memory damage I have suffered since our arrival.
Alright. Fine, now tell me how to get off this rock.
Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
I have some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Okay, so this is the last dialogue option, so let's get this done. What's that body there?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams?
Recitation? Oh yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone there! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
Wait, if you can play back his voice, can't you speak the code?
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Believed to possess?
Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code.
I have more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
I'm gonna try to get the voice print to speak the voice print protocol.
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area.
You've heard this part already, so I'll just skip
airlock
through.
Music.
But you do know the code. Okay. You can mimic voices. Can't you speak the code?
Objection. Master, to
Believed to possess. Okay. I guess I don't have the dialogue option to be able to do that, so never mind, I'll be going then. That's odd. Usually I'm able to have that dialogue option, but turns out I don't have that dialogue option, which is weird. Which is super weird. So I guess I guess it'd be in computer use, even though I have one ranking there, so that's super odd. But oh well. Let's explore the area. Finally, broken droids have components. We have a workstation over there, so workstation works the same as the lab stations. So, oh, okay. Sonic imprint sensor. With the protocol droids help, I've finished work on the sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using the ability to record and playback voices to override the droid's voice print protocols. Okay. It's a journal piece. So, voice print protocol. Okay, so the workbench works the same way as the lab station, with the added option that you can use it to upgrade your equipment. So through here you can actually break down some of the stuff that you don't need and turn them into some stuff that you do need, like repair kits and upgrade parts. So repair kits, energy shield, you can even make weapons out of these. So components, and they all depend on your current skill to be able to use them. So security tunneler, too bad it can't make spikes. Let's break down some of the stuff. Breaking down some of the stuff actually depends on certain elements, I guess. So I'll keep this first. I do not need that many energy shields, so but they only give one component, so it's kind of sad. I'd rather bring somebody in who can get a lot more out of it. So because this one depends on your repair capabilities. So yep, it does depend on your repair ability. The higher your repair, the more you can break down. So I'd rather bring somebody who can do that. So okay, so let's just upgrade our items. There's nothing, I have nothing for the miner's uniform because that's heavy armor, so cancel. The vibro blade, I have the basic iron edge, so this will give me more damage against droids. And just out of grip, so oops. I did not assemble. Assemble. Okay, double blade sword. Let's talk to him one more time. Sorry about that.
Greeting. It is a pleasure.
Okay, so sonic sensors. Can you play back the maintenance officer's last words?
Recitation.
5 droids.
Aden.
Okay. Wait, if you can play back his voice, can't you speak the code?
Objection.
Believe to possess. Okay, so I can't get that option. So I've got. Okay, with the voice print sensor, I'm able to record certain pieces of the voices. So get a third. So there's another 2 more which I need to go find. So let's advance. Go this way. More mining droids to kill. Flurry is one of the best attacks to have. So. So where the hell am I going? I went to attack this thing, and running back for this. For you, throw a sonic grenade. Thank you, Epic Music. Okay, so if you don't remember from the previous parts, this was where, well, there is where T3 went missing. So this was the containment field that which we cannot get through. So we gotta go this way. As the stupid HK droid suggested, oh, other droids. As he suggested, we should get to the we'll be able to get to the dormitories by going out the airlock. But in order to do that, we need to break the voice print ID, the voice print. So that's what we're doing right now, getting up the pieces for the voice print. Let's destroy these guys. Eat flurry. Like one of the best attacks that you have, and plus because I got the increase in dueling, so I actually let's go back here. Because I got the increase in dueling, I'll gain 1 to attack and 1 to defense. So I don't know what it does for aim, but yeah, this feat also applies when using unarmed combat. So this would be very helpful at a later part. Let's unlock this door. Maybe I should level up and get some computer use, because I think that's what's causing me not to be able to do anything. So charisma, no. Influence or persuade skill, so I get a +1 over there. What should I go for? Intelligence. Has to spend on essential skills. That's intelligence. So constitution is 1 for all classes. I'm not going to go dexterity, even though I shouldn't have put the full points in here. So buyer's remorse. We gotta pump it up to wisdom, so get that to high level. And we'll spend the 2 points into computer use or repair. Computer use. So force powers. Let's get force push is a universal skill, so but let's get a universal skill, something that we desperately need. Burst of speed. This is important not only in combat, but not only for running around, but also in combat as well. So, let's accept. Open the door and whip his ass. In combat, burst of speed allows me to get more attacks out. So it applies for flurry, so I can get extra attacks out of flurry because I have burst of speed. So. Let's see if I can get him to speak the whole thing, because I got the increase. Believe to possess. Okay. I guess it's a persuade option, so yeah, it's probably a persuade thing, so oh well. I like doing the run around. Throw a sonic grenade at you because you explode and do damage to me, so turbo lift, this one goes to the administration level, so we'll go there later. Maintenance station. Reflex package, okay. So we've got our first implant here, so that gives us reflex. Yep. Yep. So survey here, all that stuff. It's all good stuff. Oh crap. They're all mines. They're all mines. Power shot. Power shot sucks. I should just sniper shot. Okay, that's one down. It's more down. Okay, that's 3. This will be 4. Yep. So the security door is locked. This is locked. So let's go to this maintenance station. We don't want to get a fuel depot layout. We don't need to. So let's access the maintenance logs, and there's quite a bit to go through. So log 25310.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands.
Okay, so that's the reason why he made it, so he can upgrade the mining droids. 25311.
Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior cores, so there's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off.
Oh, okay. So Ebonhawk droids, he assigned the HK unit to help him with the droids, and he mentioned that the HK unit can speak to behavior cores. Bad call, dude. That's a bad call. 25312 Jedi.
Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in medbay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War.
Okay. So he's just making comments about me being a Jedi that served in the Mandalorian Wars with Revan. So 25313 exchange bounty.
Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Corda. Corda said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shut down that idea pretty quick, but I don't think Corda and his men are gonna give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid. He seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Corda wouldn't...
The Corda wouldn't what? The Corda wouldn't what? Ugh, sometimes. Access log 25315 voice print ID. So this one has the sonic sensor first. So
when the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I saw the voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, and I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code.
Okay. So somebody from the console has been accessing the. I'm just rambling right now. 253.16 security protocols. Security problems.
The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
I wonder why too. You are being sabotaged, but I wonder by who. Okay, so emergency maintenance subroutines. Check for exits from fuel depot, containment field, access to hangar bay denied, trace source of the breach. System is registering a blast in one of the main fuel lines. It's been activated to keep the explosion isolated while the hangar bay and fuel lines. Awareness, that will imply that the fuel lines connect directly to the hangar bay. If you get access to the fuel lines, you can bypass the containment field. Okay, so we'll check the fuel lines. Because no ships are docked, they will open automatically if ship dip arrive. You have to board the docked ship and go through the fuel line to reach the hangar bay. However, it would be extreme means of getting access. Okay, so check for other exits for fuel deposit. Turbo lift to the administration level. Okay, program to automatically open when administration from the fuel depot. So check the other exits. The mining tunnels, access denied. Cannot be opened. Okay, cannot use it to re-enter the tunnels. Check the airlock. Sealed from inside. Zip print someone coming in from the outside. Open the door to airlock. Voice print ID. The console has been voice printed. Not only does it require a code, but it has to be spoken in the user's voice. You cannot give commands to the terminal, although you can search through its records, cameras, and perform checks of various things. So, okay. So, access the comm systems. Run repair. Run diagnostic on damaged systems. Okay. Comlink circuits with separate with laser drill. Too much interference in the astral rectal. You contact any other level via comlink. Okay, so access the cameras, the containment field. It's the same thing that they told us. Maintenance line, fuel line sensor. Yep. Ah, there it is. I forgot to. I'll reopen it again. Fuel line sensors. You can't see him from here, but there appears to be a damaged T3 unit dumped in the fuel line. It may be a missing T3 unit. It's T3. Some sort of metal case next to T3. We can't make it out. It may be dumped here to the. I don't know if you can see him, but we'll find him there. So airlock camera. Okay. To the main functions, and let's log out. So voice protocol. I got a second part. Hang on. Where did I click? Completed quests. So you found T3M4 damaged in one of the fuel lines. It looks damaged, but we have no idea how it got there. Okay, so looks like I've been in battle, medical bay murders. Okay, so now I got some computer use. There's something that I kind of missed out on. I didn't get the option to, which I will try and rectify kind of right now. So speed first. First we talk to Adam. Check in with him.
Found anything?
I found a targeted protocol droids in the fuel line.
Yeah? Did you blow it up?
No, I thought about it though.
Yeah, well watch your back. Droids can't be trusted.
And you can?
Look, I could have let you rot in those mining tunnels, and all I get from you is back talk. You know what? I don't trust you. For all I know, you could have caused all this trouble. In fact, you did, just by being a Jedi. So before you start accusing me of anything, Jedi, maybe you better take a look at what you've done.
Okay. The miners may still be alive. They're trapped in the dormitory section.
So they are still alive. But the dormitory comm isn't picking up anything. Is there any way to get to them?
I need to open the airlock, but it's still with a voice print protocol by the maintenance officer.
Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the code. And he's dead, right?
It looks that way.
There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the voice print code, if you know what it is. You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs, if you can find a way to record them.
Which I just did, so I have the sensor and the code. You just need to find the right words to record.
That's a start. See if you can find any recordings where the maintenance officer is speaking, and try to piece together the words to unlock the voice print.
Okay. Original and find anything. Right. Okay, so we need to go to this console. But first I'm gonna make a stop to... First I'm gonna make a stop here. Head to the medical base because there's something that didn't turn up for me, and because I didn't have the right skills. So medical computer, patient life science, patient treatment. Check the last one. Oh yes, I needed the spike to check it. So now that I have the spike, attempt to track the treatment request. So by remote from another console within the facility, can determine its location. We recognize the signature ID. So let's log out. That's part of this medical bay murders. With computer use, you. Yep. We may find out who issued that order. So. Alright. Hello, Greya.
Yes? What have you found?
I heard your voice as I explored this place.
Ah, yes, I noticed that as well. It may be that our proximity during our long slumber may have had unforeseen consequences.
Unforeseen consequences?
We seem to be able to speak without speaking. Perhaps this effect will pass with time.
What if it doesn't pass?
Then hope that we have little to say to each other, lest it prove distracting.
Alright then, I'll be back. Right, so let's quickly get the voice print ID. This is gonna be long. Okay, we're here. Security desk. Usually just cut out just like that. Nope, this is not where I want to go. Yep, sonic sensor.
So, you're... Sir... Where? You bet... Sir... So, you... Yes...
I'll just skip. I skipped all that because you've heard it before, so... we got the voice print, we got the whole thing now. So all we need to do is activate it, so... We'll just head back down. And we need to walk out the airlock, so because we need to get to the dormitories. Check system ID signature. Success! This computer matches the console signature from where the sedative command was issued that killed all the miners in the medical bay. The order was given from this terminal a few minutes before the emergency lockdown took place. Numerous safety overrides were bypassed under the guise of issuing emergency treatment. Furthermore, it appears 2 cameras within the medical bay are linked to this terminal and locked into place. A camera to the morgue and a camera to the room with the coldo tanks. There is no record of who issued the commands. Based on the maintenance log when the voice printing took place, however, it would seem to have occurred after the console was voice printed by the maintenance officer. Okay, let's enter the voice print code.
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
Yep, so now we can open the airlock with the maintenance officer's override. Awesome. So we can log out. Got a lot of experience from that, so from the voice protocol and from figuring this out, which means only he or someone with his voice could have access to it. Nice nod to add there. So somebody with his voice. Who else we know actually has his voice? I wonder. So now that we open the airlock, we're gonna do the airlock walk in the next part here. So I'll just pause it here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you're seeing. Do like this video, share it with your friends, anybody who likes the Old Republic stuff. Subscribe to me. I really appreciate it if you do give me a subscribe, and look forward to more content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.